Hey, what's up? It's DJ Babey Drew, and you're listening to the Bali Praia podcast.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to the Bali Praia podcast. I'm your host, Echagara, and we here at Bali Praia are always bringing you the fresh knowledge, info on music and arts, because Bali Praia is a co-working hub for everything, for a musician, for artists, for painters, photographers, everyone. And we have a lot of great guests before, like the Grammy Award nominated producer Adam Berg, Shortcut, Cash Money, even Silento. We got a lot of people, and right now we have someone special. He's one of the most prolific producer. He has worked with like Diplo, Calvin Harris, Steve Aoki, Justin Bieber, Chainsmoker, and he also won a Grammy Award with Diplo and Skrillex on their Jockey project. And he has also produced for a lot of artists and also the official touring DJ for Chris Brown. Please welcome Babey Drew.
Happy to be here, bro. Thank you for having me. My first time to Bali.
The first time in Bali?
Yes.
So what do you think of Bali?
So far, it reminds me of the Caribbean. It's like very islandy.
Oh, very islandy.
I like it.
But the traffic is it's
just like the Caribbean. The traffic sucks.
So you just got back from playing Zelavi, Singapore. How was it?
Yes. Well, it was good. It was good. A lot of tourists. It was good. I got to play a lot of. I'm like a electronic guy, so I got to play a lot of electronic music there, and it was fun.
Okay, let's start with the basic. The name Babey Drew. How that came up?
I hate my name first of all, but it's too late to change it, so I kept it. It was a name that people called me in high school, or is a name that a girlfriend of mine called me in high school, and it kind of stuck with me, and I just kept it. And then AOL came out, and I got a screen name. It was Babey Drew. And then I started DJing. I was like, all right, I'm just call myself Babey Drew. And I was like, all right, I'm going to change my name because I don't like that name. But at this point, I had a Beyonce drop. And then I was just like, I can't change my name. Now, Beyonce said my name, and I can't change my name. So whatever, I'm not changing it.
So you're stuck with that name.
Yep.
But you came from Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm from New York.
Are you from New
Yeah,
York?
I'm from New York. Born and raised in New York City. But I live in Georgia now.
Oh, you live in Georgia now?
Yeah.
Oh, so you kind of like, New York is kind of like the birthplace of hip hop.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the birthplace of hip hop.
But you consider yourself more like an electronic DJ?
No. I'm a music DJ.
Okay.
But my love in 2019 is playing electronic music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I grew up on everything. So.
Okay. Grew up from hip hop.
Yeah.
Oh. So what do you think about the scene in Atlanta, the hip hop scene, especially with the likes of like Migos, like bringing like more new sounds into hip hop?
I mean, all the music's coming out of Atlanta right now, so it's booming. It's booming. I don't really DJ on that scene in Atlanta. I DJ on the other side of the scene. So just because I don't enjoy the clubs, I don't enjoy the hip hop clubs, especially the ones in Atlanta. They're boring as hell. Everyone's just standing around, and I visited the clubs when other people were DJing, and I'm looking at the DJ. He's like putting his heart and soul into it, and everybody's just standing around with a bottle of champagne or just on their phones. And I was just like, I will quit DJing if I had to DJ in these clubs because it just does not seem fun at all.
Oh, okay. So you started in New York, in Queens, and what's your major influence to start DJing? What makes you think that, oh, I want to be a DJ?
I had older cousins that DJ'd, so like I would always see them do like the family functions, the backyard barbecues, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like that looks like something that I want to do. And then I think I was like 12 years old, and I was just like started to DJ. I was just like, the equipment was there, so I was like, why not? So I started DJing, and probably by 13, I was better than all my cousins. So I was starting to DJ with them, and they would just pass me the records. They would select the songs, and they would pass me the records. I would do some weddings with them or some whatever, and so that's pretty much what birthed me DJing.
Okay.
And then growing up in New York, listening to like Funkmaster Flex and Red Alert, listen to those guys like every day. Like I would go to bed at night listening to Funkmaster Flex mix on the radio, and he's not very good anymore, but back then he was like amazing to me.
Yeah.
I would say he's not very good. Let me not say that. He doesn't try anymore. Let's just say that. Funk Master Flex, if you're listening, we need you to try a little more.
So, do you have any mentors or like influence when you started DJing, or you just like learn everything by yourself?
Honestly, I learned everything on my own. I didn't have a mentor, which kind of sucked. I just used my ears a lot. I would listen, like I said, I would listen to them every day, and I would hear them do stuff, and I'd be like, how did he do that? And then I would just like, okay, I think this is how he did it. And then I would go home, and then I would do it. And that's pretty much how I learned. But I didn't have a mentor to say, this is what you need to do, this is how you need to do it, this is how you shouldn't do it, until later on in life when I actually got on radio, commercial radio, then I had a bunch of older DJs that were doing it for a minute that kind of helped me out. So those were when I actually got mentors.
Okay. You also DJ regularly for the likes of like the Kardashians, and you open for like Diplo, Calvin Harris, Justin Bieber. That's a pretty big accomplishment. What do you think your breakout moment for you to become like on that level? When was it? When you think, okay, I'm on a different level now.
Man, all right. You know how you climb a ladder?
Yeah.
And you don't look down, but if you do look down, you're like, damn, I'm high.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really look down, but I mean, from what other people say, like I've accomplished a lot, and I look at my career and I'm like, I haven't even gotten anywhere yet. I'm trying to get to where these guys that I'm opening for, I'm trying to get there. So, I mean, I think my big break in the DJ game was probably starting to DJ for Chris Brown.
Okay.
So I did, in college, I did radio. When I graduated college, I did, I got an internship at a radio station in Virginia. And then while I was there, I got a full-time job at the radio station. And while I was there doing my mix show, which I had a mix show every day at 7 o'clock, an artist came in by the name of Chris Brown, and his record was out, Run It. And came in, we did the interview, played his record. Later on that night, they were like, hey, we have, what are you doing later? I was like, well, come to the club with me. So came to the club, they hung out, and before they left, I told his manager, I was like, hey, if you guys ever need a DJ, give me a call. And they were like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I kept in contact with them, and one day, I kept in contact with them, and I talked to her pretty often. But one day, there was a power summit in the Bahamas where all the DJs from all over the world fly in for like this big conference. So I was sitting at a panel at a table, and all of a sudden they came and sat next to me. And I was like, oh, what's up? What are you guys doing here? And they're like, oh, we're just here to perform. We're performing later at the pool. And I was like, oh, okay. By the way, I have my laptop if you need me to DJ. And this is like Serato had just came out.
Yeah.
Like Serato I had a Dell computer, a $400 Dell computer, and it was a horrible computer. And they were like, all right, we'll talk it over. So finally they decided that, okay, they're going to let me DJ. So they gave me the CD of the show, put it in my Dell. And, you know, back in the day, you put the CD in, you could actually play off the CD. So I put it in the Dell, and I played, and I'm playing during the show, and my Dell starts to freeze up. Visually, it starts to freeze up, and I'm like, because it's hot as hell outside. And I'm like, this is my chance to get a job with this artist, and I'm about to ruin it. So luckily, my Dell, it lasted. The song played. I didn't do anything but play a track, but that was the foot in the door for playing with Chris Brown. So that kind of gave me my break to do all this other cool stuff.
Yeah. So touring with Chris Brown, how was it?
It was good. It was really good. I got to see the world. I still am getting to see the world. I mean, I've played in probably 65 countries now. This Bali makes 65.
Oh, a lot of crazy stuff happened.
Or Indonesia makes 65. Yeah. A lot of crazy things have happened. Things that I would just say use your imagination.
So you also in your bio you said you represent Microsoft Nike. How is it collaboration with a brand? What exactly did you do with this brand?
You know, it's crazy. So I have a company now. It's called the Select Society. We do all corporate events, high-end like events like high-end weddings and all that stuff. So I'll outsource. If I don't do it myself, I'll outsource people to do it. So basically what happened is I was playing at a club in Georgia, and it was Microsoft had rented it out for their event. Another DJ was playing, and I guess the club sung his praises and was like, this guy is the guy. Like he's going to come do your party. So he gets on, he does his thing. Then I get on afterwards, and I mean, this is like one of the most fun parties I've ever done. This crowd is going crazy. All these drunk Microsoft employees. So basically, after I did that party, Microsoft hired me over and over and over again. They still hire me over and over again to do a lot of their corporate events. And it's just like anything in the universe. Once you open the gateway to something, other things start coming your way. So it led to Nike and the W and all this other corporate stuff that I'm doing now. Strictly like unplanned. It just came out of nowhere.
Okay. So it's basically get your foot in the door and the rest of the way will open up.
Yeah. Whatever you focus your energy on, it'll happen.
Cool. So you play everything from trap, dubstep, electro, dance hall. But one thing I want to know is island bass. What is it? What's your definition of island bass?
So island bass is a term that I coined. It's basically electronic music with dance hall or Caribbean vibes mixed together with it. So pretty much like what Major Lazer does, Dylan Francis, Henry Fong, those kind of guys, what they do. But I wanted to coin my own term. So I called it island bass.
Okay. So a lot of like maybe like future dance hall stuff, like the hardest stuff like that. I think I forgot what's the DJ's name. I think one of the you've heard of the song Mayhem by Chemist, that kind of stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's cool. That's so cool. I see you've played all over the world, like Europe, Dubai, Africa, Brazil, Australia. Where do you think one of your most memorable experience touring the world?
Man, Australia is my favorite place.
Okay.
My favorite place on earth is Australia. I love that place. Like, I just love the energy there. I love the people. The women are beautiful. It's just a really dope place. It's like a better version of America. To me, that's what it seems like. It's just really far.
You also been in a lot of like TV shows like Oprah, VH1, TRL, Ellen, Today Show, Good Morning America. That's crazy, between like DJing in clubs, corporate events, and also producing music and also doing like TV shows. How do you manage your schedule?
I mean, I'm pretty good with my schedule. I just have a calendar on my phone. I just put the dates in my calendar, and I check every day to see what I'm doing today, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but I think it's a pretty tough grind. I mean, it's like a constantly work. Do you take a day off, or like do you do it like what Snoop do? Never take a day off.
I don't like days off that much. I always feel like I need to be doing something, because if I'm not doing anything, what else would I be doing? Just sitting there doing nothing. So I don't do much leisure, because by default our job is leisure. We get to play music for thousands of people in the club and have a good time. That's our job. So it's like I don't really need to take many days off. I'm in Bali right now. This is my job for the week, or for the couple of days that I'm here. So I don't really take many days off.
If you have to look back and do over something in your career, what do you think of that?
Oh man, a lot. Buy Bitcoin. No. Facebook stock.
I actually lucky with the Bitcoin stuff.
Huh?
I got lucky.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I bought a few. Yeah, pretty much. And then when it blew up, I was like, "Holy shit! I got money now."
Yeah, nice. Congrats. I mean, I own a bunch of crypto too, but somebody told me about crypto in like 2011, and I was like, "You're crazy! I don't know what you're talking about." Then again in 2013, somebody said, "Hey, you should buy Bitcoin," and I was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." 2015, somebody said, "There's these ATMs coming out selling Bitcoin," and I was like, "Okay, all right, whatever." And I missed that boat, so I caught the boat late. I didn't catch it as late as some people did when it was at the top, like 13,000, and they were buying Bitcoin. I caught it before that, but I wish I would tell myself start producing earlier. I didn't start producing until about 2005 or 6. And I grew up playing music, so I could play keys. I wish I would have continued and mastered the keyboard more. I wish I started producing at like 5, 6, 7 years old. So I could have just been a beast.
So you also have a Millionaire DJ Academy.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it?
So Millionaire DJ Academy is my online DJ academy. I created it because I noticed that there were other academies out there or DJ schools out there, and they all focus on the same thing, just learning how to mix and be a scratch nerd. And I was like, that's cool and all, but like, if you're scratching in your mom's bedroom, what's the point of that? So I created the Millionaire DJ Academy. One, I call it Millionaire DJ Academy because I want you to start my academy thinking big. I don't want you to think anything but that. So think like a millionaire. You can be a millionaire as a DJ. There's thousands of DJs that are millionaires right now because of DJing. So I wanted that to be the first thing. Second thing, I wanted you to learn the business side of it, because one thing that's consistent in any industry, in any market, is that if your business is tight, it doesn't matter how much talent you have. So matter of fact, you could suck at something and your business and your marketing is so good that everybody thinks you're great at it. But if it's the other way around, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I agree. Now, let's talk about the Grammy. You won a Grammy with your collaboration with Diplo and Skrillex for Jack U. Can you tell us the story? How did that happen from the inception until the moment you got the awards? How does it feel?
Sure. So my own personal record, the very first record I ever put out, we got Bungie Garland from Trinidad. We did a beat, me and these guys out of Belgium, and we put a record out, and it kind of went viral. We did a dance to it. Skrillex actually danced to it. Blacka the Dancer, or the Dancer, did some dances to it and put it out there. And it kind of went like mini viral. And then one day I got an email from somebody in Diplo's camp saying, hey, we want to use this record for something. And I looked at it and I was like, this seems like a scam, but whatever. I replied and they were like, yeah, well, Diplo wants to use it for some project. And this, at the time, I didn't know what Jack U was. So they were like, we want to use it for the Jack U project. So come to find out that that's a collaboration with Diplo and Skrillex. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And I don't think reality kicked in until later. And I was like, damn, they're going to use my record. So they did a whole different version of it, but it was still my record. So we got production credit for it. Fast forward a few months, I'm overseas somewhere. My agent out of the UK, he's out of Belgium, hit me up, was like, hey, you know that they're nominated for Electronic Album of the Year. And I was like, all right, that's dope. He was like, you know that if they win, that means you'll be a Grammy Award winning producer. And I was like, oh shit. That's when the reality hit me. So I'm overseas now watching the Grammy Awards, and lo and behold, they win. And I'm just like, wow. That's the first record I ever put out that was my own, like, this is my record. And it turned into that.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for the story. It's so inspirational, and I hope you come back to Indonesia and enjoy.
Oh, I will be back.
Yes.
I can already tell that I like this place. So.
Yeah. Maybe after Bali, you can go to other cities, because like Indonesia is like made of like different islands.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I hope you have fun with your set involved tonight.
Yeah.
And just you always have a home here in Bali Praia. If you just want to come, hang out, check out the studio, maybe make some music.
Thank you, bro.
Go for it. And thank you for tuning in Bali Praia podcast. After this, we also have a special like mixtape Monday from Babey Drew.
Oh yeah, MillionaireDJAcademy.com. Hit it up.
Yes. Don't forget to plug. And don't forget also to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you at the next Bali Praia podcast.